Republicans, meanwhile, are wrapping up their annual conference retreat in Florida. Speaker Mike Johnson says there's been positive reconciliation meetings. Watch.
We're right on schedule. This is part of it. The retreat is part of it. The blueprint is planned to be prepared by tomorrow by the time we leave for the budget resolution, and then we stick to the schedule. What you'll see is the resolution will be marked up in the Budget Committee, and the first week of February when we get back. We'll get that done, send it to the Senate. In March, we begin the committee process where it goes through the more detailed analysis and debate and discussion inside the room. And then by the time you get through March, then you're in April and we're putting it to the floor for a vote for the reconciliation package.
Politico obtained early details of the Republicans' budget blueprint. It targets $125 billion in additional defense spending. Many of our guests told us that over the last few weeks. The Judiciary Committee wants $110 billion in new spending, while the Homeland Security Committee wants $90 billion for border security. When it comes to spending cuts, the Education Committee is targeting $60 billion in cuts. Agriculture eyeing about $50 billion. Energy looking at $200 billion. Financial services can cut as much as $9 billion. Transportation is looking at $16 billion in savings, and Oversight says they can cut up to $40 billion. Joining me now is Tennessee Congressman Andy Ogles. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Can you tell us a little more about your meetings?
It'll be interesting to see how it goes forward. So the committee guidance, those numbers that you had on the screen are just guidance. There's no guarantee that those targets can be met. And sometimes D.C. math can get a little fuzzy as to how realistic it can be. But what's interesting is currently the House is moving forward with a one-bill approach, and Senator Thune has said that the Senate is looking to move forward with the two-bill approach. I think the two-bill approach is more realistic in that we can deliver quick wins for the president and the American people, but we'll see what happens over the coming weeks.
Congressman, obviously we are following this deadly crash, this collision between an American Airlines jet and an Army helicopter. You being on the Homeland Security Committee, is there any reason to believe there was any foul play here?
Well, at this time, you hate to jump to any conclusions. Obviously, we'll look at everything, check all the boxes. I had just taken off from D.C. Before the crash, and of course, it came across my cell phone, and I saw it and was horrified. So prayers go out to all those impacted. But, to your point, I think you have to look at this with eyes wide open, see what happened. Human error, was it some sort of equipment failure? Did DEI play a role in this type of thing? So I think you look at it, you go into it with, again, eyes wide open and make sure that something like this never happens. It's been a number of years since we've had an aircraft collision such as this. And so, again, prayers for all those impacted.
Absolutely. President Trump signed the Laken-Riley Act into law yesterday. It's the first piece of legislation signed in his second administration. The bill directing ICE to detain illegal immigrants arrested for or charged with theft-related crimes or assaulting a police officer. Trump also instructed the Pentagon to prepare Guantanamo Bay to detain 30,000 criminal illegal aliens. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth said that this makes it easier to deport illegals through proper processing. Congressman, what can you tell us about these deportation plans now well underway?
Yeah, so I was with the president yesterday at the bill signing, and one of the things he mentioned was the fact that when you look at the criminal element that has been literally shipped into our country, that Guantanamo would be a place to house them, to get them out of our country, and then determine country of origin. Can they be processed? Would they be housed properly back from where they came? So I think it's a great idea. We're spending a lot of money on Guantanamo. We have a great deal of capacity, and we've got to get them out of here.
Congressman, you have introduced a resolution to amend the Constitution to allow President Trump to serve a third term as long as they did not serve 2 consecutive full terms. Tell us about that.
Well, there's certain circumstances in history that are unique. So twice in American history have you had a president serve 2 non-consecutive terms. That would be Grover Cleveland and then, of course, President Donald Trump. And so my bill would amend the Constitution. It, of course, has to go through the ratification process, but it would allow him to serve a third term.
And what kind of a response have you gotten from your colleagues on this resolution?
Well, to be honest with you, President Trump won the battleground states and the popular vote because the grassroots engaged in the election, and they are absolutely excited about the possibility. And at the end of the day, if this were ratified, the American people get to choose whether or not he has a third term. But overwhelmingly, it's been supported. We'll see what happens next.
All right, we'll be watching your work, sir. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Congressman Andy Ogles, this morning. Thank you.